Fog.
Copy me in Liberty. Copy me.
The stars aligned today. We're going live with this. Now you probably can't see that. It's so dark out here. Just like the old days when I ran a truck every day, just about. But the TVUs have been pretty much the weapon of choice when it comes to live shots. Trucks are kind of big and bulky and cumbersome, but they have their place. And so I got to keep doing it, and for the time that I need the truck. And it's a good idea to have both. You know, one can back up the other if one doesn't work. But the TVUs have gotten pretty reliable. So we ended early this morning, so I think I'll get a haystack. Haystack. I'm not used to being in here by myself, pretty much. It's a nice morning. I have a hankering for some coffee. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get run over. Mine. Coffee. As always, admire the art. So this is the first time this has ever happened. While I was in there, standing in line, a guy told me, "Hey, you're Svoboda, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I watch your blog all the time," and he started naming off. The Boorish Redundant Adventures and the Boris Slice of Life and all this, and I'm like, whoa. And unfortunately, I didn't get his name. But wow, that's amazing. I'm knocked out. Talk about an ego boost. I always feel uncomfortable when I get complimented because I just don't know how to take it. But yeah, thank you very much. Definitely. I'm glad somebody is watching. I explained that I do my blog mostly for just to keep a daily journal and keep track of things. I've been keeping a journal since consistently since 1988, and it's just kind of migrating from writing in a little book to doing it online and in video form. So that's the reason and purpose behind my vlog, and I'm glad somebody noticed, and I'm able to get somebody else interested. We talked a little bit about YJs too in the Mardi Gras parade, and I've shot the Mardi Gras parades over the years just because I used to live in never lived in New Orleans, but I used to live in the Mississippi and Gulf Coast, and we lived briefly in Slidell, Louisiana, which is North Shore of New Orleans. And my memory of Mardi Gras, which I think many people can attest to that have lived down there, is that as a kid you get a week off from school and you get to go watch the parades, and it's in February and usually the weather is fairly nice. I mean, not the greatest. It's usually kind of gray, but that's when the temperatures are bearable and there's not a lot of humidity. And you know, winter is pretty much over by that time down in that part of the country. So that's really my interest in Mardi Gras. And when people started doing it up here in Kansas City, I was like, of course, I love it. You know, it's a great thing. But my only caveat is that people have to learn how to, I don't know how to say it. They have to learn how to make it into something that's fun for everyone and not just a few people. I guess that's the best way of saying it. And I know that goes against the grain of what some people are trying to do, but there's a lot of people out there who would just love to cut loose at that time of year. But you know, in Kansas City, it's a lot different than it is down in the New Orleans area. It's that time of year you can have. It can either be really nice weather or it could be really, really crummy weather. And most Mardi Gras have been pretty crummy. So, I mean, not the event itself, but the weather. But anyway, I'm endeavoring to get a haircut. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm hanging out so long. Usually I'm home and going to bed by now, but you know, the end of my evening shift.